So this is my American bullfrog. His name is Tank, and he's gonna get probably up to 6 times as big as this. On today's episode, we're gonna give him a feed, and we're also going to embark on a little scavenger hunt trying to find some of Florida's frog species. Before we get started on this scavenger hunt, I am going to feed my bullfrog Tank. I'm gonna feed him a pinky rat, so if you don't like that, I apologize in advance, so viewer discretion is advised. But I wanna showcase the unique way how frogs actually eat their food with their eyeballs. Did you see it? Did you see what he did with his eyes? Let me show you. Right there, notice how he sucks his eyeballs in? Watch, he did it again right there. What they're actually doing, he's using his eyeballs to push the food down his throat. They don't have muscles to swallow. They suck their eyeballs in, and it pushes that food down. Just like that. Frogs are so interesting. Now, in order for us to find these frogs, we've got to understand where frogs live and how they live. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you, they start from a tadpole. Either it's a green tree frog, a toad, or a bullfrog, or a leopard frog. They all start as tadpoles in the water, and then they grow, and they start growing their limbs and their legs until they are finally ready to leave the water. Now this, what you're looking at right now, is obviously a tadpole. The next stage is when they grow this tail. Then you have what you're looking at now, and that is a frog just about ready to become its fully formed frog and no longer show any signs of it being a tadpole. And you can see this is an American bullfrog still with his tail, probably about a week or so away from absorbing that entire tail, and then it will have the appearance like you know as most frogs do. This is called metamorphosis. This is the transformation of an immature form to its adult form in 2 or more distinct changes. Now, if they're a water frog, they'll continue to hang around the water, but if they're a tree frog or a toad, they will leave the water and live the rest of their life on land or in trees. Which brings me to our first frog. Our first native frog of this episode is the glorious green tree frog. This is probably the frog you're most familiar with. Now, they are insectivorous, meaning they eat insects, flies, ants, crickets, beetles, moths, and other invertebrates. But here in Florida, they have quite the invasive competitor. So this is our invasive Cuban tree frog. You can easily tell the difference between them and the green tree frog. They're kind of basically competing with our green tree frogs here, but they're super cute. They got these big old eyes on them, and they get real big. They get that huge size. You know, he's out here just chilling in this swampy little area. Super cool. Hi, dude. I love frogs no matter what, even the ones that aren't supposed to be here, but there's no getting rid of them, so it's just useless. But still, he's really cool. Like their name suggests, they come from Cuba, came over here, attached to all the imports before the embargo. They come in like olive green, brown. They have all these sorts of little patterns on their back. They're really known for their warts too. I don't know if you can see them, but they got these warts on them. Uses those big old little suction cup toes sticking to the plant life. Look at his ear. Looks like a bongo drum. That's cool. And there's the warts I was talking about. Gotta love frogs. Now we're gonna move on to toads. There's a southern toad. See those crests between his 2 eyes? The cane toad doesn't have those. Also see its venom glands kind of look like a jelly bean right there behind his eyes. Those little jelly beans are called parotoid glands, and that's where they hold a mucus that is like a poison that they secrete when any predator comes and takes a bite at them. They're a cool little toad. They don't get real big. They don't get as big as the cane toads. And he's just so pretty. And now I'm going to show you the invasive toad that has taken over all of Florida. That is the invasive cane toad. You might have ran into it if your dog's ever bitten one and had to go to the hospital. And I'm also going to show you in this clip the differences with a diagram on how you can identify the cane toad and the southern, and quite possibly save your dog's life. That is a bufo marine toad. They're an invasive species, you can tell, because they have this like shield, whereas the normal ones... Hey man, what you doing? But as you can see, the southern toads have two crests here, which he kind of has these crests as well, but he has that shield. So, oh, are you ticklish? Are you ticklish right there? Oh, I get you right here too. Yes, I tickle you. No, I tickle you here, but I tickle you there. Then I come back over here. Then I go there. And that concludes the scavenger hunt. I was hoping to find a couple more frogs, but I think we found a good variation of frogs. If you liked the episode, please leave a like. And if you're new here, hit the subscription button. If you've been subscribed and you're a subscriber of mine, thank you for coming back. I love you all. And I will see you on the next episode. Bye. Yeah, it's a bullfrog. Whoa. And he's gone.
Bye.